Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple. Products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
Saturday, Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans. They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
All right, back at the training ground with Jonathan Pulskamp and Thad Bell, as always. What's going on, Thad?
Not much, man. I just got to watch a very entertaining and
that's
energetic training session.
That's what I was hoping you'd get us going off with here. Yes, okay. Jonathan, thank you for joining us. We are fresh off it's going to be exciting. I was intrigued to hear that it was that Peter was yelling at training today, because I would think everything would be all good vibes. It was 4-1 win in Portland. I imagine things are feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Obviously, guys are always excited after wins. But yeah, no, I mean, that first training back, or that first day back,
everyone was just a little too happy, I guess. Is that what was going on?
Well, hey, I mean, even when you win a match, or string of wins, there's always things that need to be looked at, and in training, the standard always needs to be held high, and guys are always going to be held accountable. So that first training back, especially, is always exciting ones, because just the coaches like to make sure guys are showing up for the new week at the standard that it needs to be at.
Yeah, it did seem Peter was very much on a couple of the younger guys who needed to maintain a standard that he wanted them to be at.
Exactly. No, but that's good, and that's exactly what we need, because, I mean, whether it's a win, a loss, or a draw, yeah, you could, you're happy or sad about it, but at the end of the day, it's, you have to do that every weekend, and there's new games every week. So, yeah, we're happy about this, but now it's all eyes on San Jose.
I know a couple of times after a couple of games that maybe didn't go your guys' way, I've talked to you, and you just said, we got to set a higher standard. We got to go back. We got to do better. How much of it is that you hold yourself to that standard? Not even that Peter does, but that you do.
Oh, I mean, massively. If you're in this profession, and you want to be successful, you have to be self-accountable. You have to, in a way, be your own harshest critic, not in an unhealthy way where, you're hurting your own confidence, but you need to be able to look at yourself and analyze yourself to get better, because, there's a lot of guys on the roster, and there's a lot of guys on the league, and if you're not constantly looking at yourself in the mirror, you're not going to improve at the rate of the guys who are, because those guys are constantly getting better, and they're making themselves better.
So let's go all the way back. You're a California kid. You spent some time with the LA Galaxy in your youth days. I'm wondering what it was like coming to Kansas City. I know you're here now. You've been here for a while, but I'm wondering what a California kid thought as he was moving to the middle of flyover country, as it were.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was interesting. Definitely a lot of jokes.
Yeah, do you have to defend KC from your friends at home? Yeah,
100% have to defend KC, especially now that I've been here, and it's grown on me quite a bit. Yeah, defending it to friends and family, and then once I get them out here, then they're like, okay, yeah, this is all right. But yeah, I mean, when I first came to Kansas City, it was in a very interesting point of my life. I just left the Galaxy's Academy, kind of, in an interesting way with some interesting conversations had. Went to England for a bit, fell in love with that, and that was all a really enjoyable experience. But then ultimately that didn't work out because of some things off the field. So that kind of was a shot I had to take that as a 17-year-old was pretty disappointing. So then, I just hit a point where I was like, look, I mean, this is what I want to do, and I need to, just find a home basically and really get to work. So I was super motivated to get to work and just to train and to get better and become as good as I can be, which I still am, obviously, in that process of high motivation. But at this time in particular, I was definitely, I mean, the people around me still make fun of me to this day. I maybe wasn't even like the happiest person. I'm talking even before I came to Kansas City, but I was just so determined, and that's all I could think about was just getting that first contract and then just going for it. So once I got the opportunity to come out to Kansas City, which was set up through a prior relationship with the then academy goalkeeper coach, I came out, I trained, I showed well in training, and I think just after a few days, he was like, look, we want to bring you in. And the season had already started at this point. But yeah, he was like, look, we want to bring you in and have you with the second team. And I said, yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Let's do it. And it worked out well for me.
And you probably had a conversation with Vermes at some point along the line there.
Yeah, exactly. Was talking to Bliss, talking to Vermes.
That's one of our favorite things that we talk to the players about it. Everyone always vividly remembers that first conversation with Peter Vermes. So
yeah, that's interesting. I'm actually trying to remember the actual first time I was introduced to Peter. I'm actually not sure I do vividly remember.
I guess this is more so the foreign players that I'm thinking of they're like, oh yes, this is definitely a city I can go to in the United States with this guy.
Yeah, because he always sells the project.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They sell the project. The project is this.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, and that definitely played a big part, especially more recently, like with having been here for a bit and obviously knowing Peter very, very well, because at this point, when we talked about with this recent contract I signed, extending for a while, like that's where a lot of that is coming from is Peter and the identity and just kind of project that you talk about, what we're kind of building here, and the identity around the club that is instilled in everybody just aligns with me and aligns with my own personal beliefs and my own kind of mentality really, really well. So it's a good fit in that regard. So that definitely played a part on me wanting to stay here for a while.
I'm curious you spend a lot of time standing there in goal. I know you're hyper focused on the game, but I also know that you can hear fans pretty clearly sometimes. I'm wondering what the most ridiculous thing is you've ever heard from a fan behind you.
I probably can't repeat a lot of
That's fair.
Some of the crazier things.
But is it mean? Are people mean, or is it like funny sometimes?
People, well, it's both. It's like they are mean, but I don't like take offense to it. I like it, and it's funny. But yeah, it's especially like some USL fans actually. I always like USL fans are brutal. You go to certain places and you'll just get absolutely abused.
What's a notorious city?
The worst I ever got was in Louisville and in Pittsburgh, particularly. Especially when I was younger. Not that I'm old now. I'm obviously still young and still kind of have that youthful energy for sure, but calming down, maturing a little bit. But when I was younger, I would definitely give it back to the fans a little bit more. Or if something happens, I'd turn around and wink at somebody, or maybe just doing kind of the dumb kid stuff with the fans, and then that would wind them up to give me even more crap throughout the game. So Pittsburgh, I was having a good game, and I was feeling good. So they were on me. They were destroying me all game, and unfortunately we lost that game. So I definitely got a lot after the game for sure.
Speaking of fans and that relationship with you, in this last game after a big save, I could hear the Cauldron chanting, "That's our keeper." Did you hear that?
Yeah.
How'd that feel, man?
No, that's obviously great. I mean, feeling the support from the fans, like individually, in moments in the game and after the game and before the game, like, yeah, it's hard to describe it exactly, but it gives you kind of this extra boost in confidence, extra boost in energy. The play itself obviously gives that as well. Like, it's like a forward scoring a goal. It gives you that confidence to go and get another. When you make a save as a keeper, it just gives you that boost. It gives you a bit of rhythm. And then to have the fans kind of give that support and recognition for it, like, yeah, that's all. That's all we want as players.
We are, of course, talking about the double save and the 4-1 win versus Portland, depending on when you're listening to this. And yes, "That's our keeper" chant is significant from the fans in that, I don't think at the beginning of the year you expected to be seeing this much time, this much regular time. An injury to Tim Melia has given you an opportunity, and the team is getting a good look, and the decisions must be made here. So. Yeah, that was a significant chant from the fans there, and my favorite save of the season. And yes, that is as good. That is like a striker scoring a goal. The upper reaches of the upper 90. I don't think a ball could get any more upper 90 than that one was.
Is that your favorite save this year?
This year, for sure. 100% this year.
So you have another one in your head.
Right, you got a better one.
From this year? No.
Well, no, I
ever.
mean anytime.
Ever. That means you have another one that you're thinking
there was a few with the second team that definitely felt good, but no, I think that one being in the MLS and knowing that, like, I helped, kind of secure the result in that game.
Yeah, because they were for sure going to come back like these other games. They were sure come back if you didn't stop it there at the beginning.
I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying all that.
No, we are.
The guys.
that was Blanco, man. You just saved that shot, right?
No, but I mean, look, the guys had done well to put us in a really good position. And obviously they were fantastic in the first half. I didn't have a single shot on target in the first half. I think I caught one ball that was like a little cross. Like, I had nothing to do the first half. Which I would have been fine doing all game. Like, if you guys want to win 3-0 and have me do absolutely nothing, that's great. But it also feels good when it's like more of a complete team performance. Like, they score, then, as a goalkeeper, I did my bits as well.
And I know you're always you're always going to say the line that, yeah, hey, we were happy to get 3 points. That was the most important thing. But did it piss you off a little bit that they scored at the end?
Oh, 100%.
Robbed him of the shutout.
Like, I was fuming about that. I was joking about it with, like, some of the guys after. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything whether you win 1-0, 3-2, 3-1, 4-1. It's a win and a loss or a tie. But yeah, just as a personal note, like, yeah, I guess it's just like what we say, like, holding yourself accountable and holding your team accountable. It's like, even when you're winning and you win a game by a good margin, you still look at the few things that did go wrong, right? Or that weren't perfect as a collective. And then, yeah, to have it be kind of in the 90th minute in that fashion. I think it could have been a foul before that. Izzy's getting slapped in the face, like, and the refs just kind of left it. I don't know what the ref was even calling. Because when they scored, and then, obviously I was not too happy about it. And then I saw the flag was up, and from that moment, I was like, they're going to check this. And, like, it's either it's a foul or it's not, because I saw the runner coming in, and I knew it wasn't offside. So I was like, what are they calling? So it was just kind of confusing. But yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but a little frustrating for sure.
Not putting a quote in your mouth, but kind of confusing does describe refs sometimes.
Yeah.
In this league.
Let's not get you fined, man.
Yeah.
Well, so what was your favorite part of that save? Was it the second save, or that you got to take out a Chara brother?
No, I mean, obviously, definitely the shot from Blanco. I mean, the play on Chara was really good. Just from my end, just the timing of it, I think, came off really nicely for me. because I started to go, and then obviously he was getting to it pretty quickly. So I had kind of no chance of just running through it and collecting it. So I've actually like left my feet, dove at the ball, and kind of went into like a 50-50 challenge with him in my hands. And then I, saw the ball pop out, but the alarms weren't like going off or anything. I just thought, okay, I need to get back here. I need to drop back into the goal. And then, all the credit to Blanco for that hit. He's facing like the sideline, so that's why like I knew I was dropping back. I knew I had to get back in, but I definitely wasn't expecting that. So
he scored another dagger from about that same spot in the playoffs to eliminate this team. So that was very good to see that save.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just getting back, and then I saw he was swinging at it to shoot it, and I thought it would be a little bit more routine. And then while I was getting back, I was like, oh my gosh, like he's hit this really, really well. But picked it up with my eyesight and was able to get a hand on it.
So go ahead.
So you got that big paw up there, right?
Got the big paw up there.
Big paw. So we were talking about, the fans showing you the support. What do you have any thoughts, feelings about the future, where you want to be, what's going to happen after the season?
Yeah, thinking about the future is just, wanting to play and wanting to continue to prove myself, obviously, and continue to have that consistency, being the guy. Like I want to be like every player on the roster, the guy playing every week. I don't think there's a player that doesn't want to be playing, right? And that's a problem if they don't. So 100% just want to lock up the job, and I want to be the guy, and I want to help this team win trophies, because I know that's what we're all here to do, right?
Cool. And not following up on that, because I always interrupt the train of thought, but going back to that big paw for a second, I've heard you be referred to as Big Bear.
Yeah,
that's new. Is
that
new?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd that come from?
So I said it in one of like the mic'd ups, like as a joke, because Tim would call me it, because I don't do well in like hot, humid. Yeah. So during the summer, I like die in training, because I'm like a really like sweaty person. Like I sweat profusely. So when it's really hot and humid in the summer, training is really difficult for me, because I'm like blowing up, sweating, out of breath. And then Tim, obviously being quite a bit older than me, he like laughs and like makes fun of me. He's like, dude, you're like a kid, and I'm like running circles around you right now. Like you're like breathing deep during the warm up, like getting all this. And then like one day he like referred to me as like a big bear. I don't know. So then I did a mic'd up, and it was really hot out, and Jordan was like trying to fix the microphone on me, and I was really, really sweaty, and I was like, dude, I'm a big bear, man, sweaty. So then it just kind of stuck. I don't know.
It fits.
I didn't really think of Big Bear being the sweaty part. I thought maybe it was more the hairy part.
I think that probably was Tim's point too. Just big body, big person, beard, hairy. So I don't know. I think it's all the collective.
When you're playing in your 30s, you'll have to have one of those big grizzly beard.
One of the big
things.
huge beards. Yeah. I think that's in the future.
As you run around, the 19-year-old is trying to take your job, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The staple of all old keepers is that long beard, I think.
I don't know. No, not for Tim. Not for Ramondo.
Not for Tim. Not for those guys.
Well,
but
Ramondo doesn't count.
I've played against a few keepers with some pretty impressive beards. So it's inspiring.
Yeah, because there was definitely some in the USL, man. They had some
Van
good beards.
Van Okel's beard is shout out Van Okel.
Yeah,
that guy's a big bear. That's a big dude.
Yeah,
and he's got a big beard to match it.
I'd say if Ramondo had a long beard, he'd be tripping over it.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, thank you for joining, man. And good luck with the rest of the season.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.